Hey guys, MUR-LOCK 68. Hope everybody's doing well today. The pink tag means we're revisiting Asa Abloy Lockwood 334 brass 45 nasty LS Keyway. You guys can see that. Back off a little bit. So yeah, hopefully you buckle up. I think this one's going to be a tough haul. Just finished putting this back together and made some changes from the original pick. It was done a while back, maybe a month or two. Can't say exactly, but I'll put that in the description anyway. Many challenges with this one, the Keyway. And just the lack of room. Which is the story of my life, lack of room. Start a video and now I've got to play around for 10 minutes trying to get everything set, which I should have done prior, but we don't do that here. Alright, so tensioner. Fucking avalanche has started. As soon as I touch something, everything falls. Okay, I'm gonna just use a broken pick here. I would have liked it to be a little further up. Let me see. Okay, well, we'll go with that and see what we can come up with. Okay, there we go. Six pinner, modified from its original version. That's pin 1. Nothing. 3, 4, 5 is binding. Just take a minute to refresh my memory here on the best place to put the pick. Let's see if I could bring that a little closer. Right now we're using a broken tensioner, a broken pick as a tensioner, and also another broken pick, 15 thousandths that I modified. That was 3. Modified it to save it from the trash. Okay, that was 2. 3 is binding again. And you've seen me use these picks on a lot of locks. And why not? They don't have to be fancy, they just have to work. That's 3, 4. Just gonna get comfortable here. think I'm just hitting on my tensioner there, so I have to be careful. I tell you, this tensioner is very comfortable. I think this one came from Funkey, but I don't want to. I will confirm that in the description later. It's either Funkey or Paul. I can't remember. Three. Okay. Let me try this just for a second here. I want to see how that goes there. Only because that bottom of the Keyway is really useless as well. You know, the only thing I have to watch out for there is binding. Try not to let the Keyway intimidate me too much, because if you do, then you may be out before you even start, so to speak. I love that challenge of you know, there's no written rule that a wide open Keyway is going to give you a quicker open. No way. And sometimes these manufacturers or whoever puts these locks together will hide, you know, basically standard pins behind this nasty Keyway, and you know, they'll be all mastered up, and once you figure out how to get your pick in there, you're open. I think the pick I'm using is okay, that was pin 1. I'm still coming off that left shoulder, and I think I need to go back to pin 6 all the way in the back. So 1, 2, 3. Looks like 4 is binding, but I dropped something. And I don't want to break these picks. They're really thin. It's an old lab set. Okay, let's go to the back, try to find pin 6. I noticed that it's binding on me. I don't honestly think I'm going to get there with this because of the height of the shaft of the pick on this one is too the diameter. So I'm not going to allow it. If it does allow it, I'm going to overset something. Trying to keep steady tension on this now. LS Keyway stands for limited space. It's not what it stands for, guys. Just trying to keep my humor with me. Okay. And the humor may diminish as we go along, so we might as well catch it while we can. Not sure. Yeah, I just dropped something again. Okay, that was 4, 3. I've got to make an adjustment here. Definitely got binding, but trying not to bend these picks. Okay, just gonna make some rearrangements here. This is not gonna fit. Barely. It's causing too much friction on the warding, but I like the pick though. So I'm gonna go very carefully, see if I can get it where I want it and get it to do what I want it to do. That. I don't want to get it stuck. I'm going to choke up a little bit on my hand there, will give me a better control on that. Pin number 1, 4, and nothing on 2 and 3 as I went down. Now I'm stuck. If you see me kind of springing the tension there, try to do it ever so slightly when I feel a little bit of binding, and see if that will set me a pin. You run the risk though, because you could drop stuff if you switch again. don't know if I'm binding. Very difficult to tell. And I can switch back and forth if I want. It's another broken pick. Picking off that left shoulder. Not a lot of space there, but I went back too far on the tension and I lost quite a bit there. Feel like something going on here up front. I'm trying to keep the tension fairly tight. I'm going to come back to 1, putting just a little more tension on now as I get a binder on 4. That was 5. Now I'm going to come back to 1 here. Something's telling me that I'm not getting all the way up on this pin. I just dropped it, damn it. Okay. Be careful here. I'm going to try this with another pick. Okay, so I got a click now out of 1. Not the click I wanted because we're still closed. Okay, 6. 5 is binding. Okay, 1 is now binding now. Let's see what happens here. Alright, coming back up to 1 yet again. I feel there's something going on there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to slightly let off a little bit on this tension. still here, guys, just trying to focus. Trying to focus on pick placement and tension. Five is binding. Okay, up front here. I let off too much there. I lost pin 4. I really can't say I've had, and I knew when I was putting it together that the core action has, I mean feedback, when I say action, was going to be limited. There wasn't going to be a lot of talking on this one. Try again. Again, the left shoulder is pretty much the only option. Did I break that pick? Or what just happened there? That's alright. I didn't break it. It's not wide enough for what I need, so let's move over to somebody else here. There we go. Okay, 4. Three is binding. Got a click there. I got free access now to catch that first pin, I think. You know, there's downsides to every type of tensioning. When you're tensioning from the top, you kind of have to watch that front pin, that it's not being blocked by the tensioner. And you may think that you've got it, meanwhile you haven't even touched it yet. And you want to make sure that you have full access to that pin. And then if you're tensioning from the bottom, you're gonna know right away that if you're binding the core, you're not gonna get any tension. You'll see that your pins are all springy right from the get-go, which means something going on back there where your tensioner here is binding the bottom. So it's another thing to look out for. This all comes with practice and experience as you start to pick. And this is exactly as I just thought it was going to be. And you've got to work on locks like this if you want to experience it, if you want to get better, if you want to build stamina as far as picking. You know, let's face it, it's nice to get the quick open and work on a lock that you know that's going to fly open on you, but that keeps you motivated. But eventually you gotta move up a bit. 4 here. Two is binding. It's binding heavily. And I don't think this is going to work out here. I may have to go back to the top. Three. A little bit too flexy for my liking, but we got tension there. Tension. by one going through these pins. I do keep dropping a lot of pins though, so it looks like I've got to be more consistent. More consistent. Zero movement on this course since I started. Nothing. Go back to pin 6 now. Okay, pin 2. Yeah, exactly what I knew I was in for with this. Binder, 4. Gotta be about an hour in now. Not quite, but getting there. The hands are starting to talk a little bit. Two. Refreshing cold water. I can drink my water out of glass bottle. Much prefer it. We'll switch back again. Why not? Why not? Why not? We're just warming up. People are settling into the theater. There's a great Chaz from Chaz's Lockpicking used to say, MUR-LOCK's motion picture. Hope Chaz is doing well. One, two, three, four. Come on. You want me to be able to call Mama and tell her Daddy's coming home. If I had a Mama. Yeah. Put her on the table. Over settings for sure. For sure. Don't want to get too over anxious now and start breaking picks. I'll just try to maintain a little bit of composure. Go in there, pin by pin, and figure out the problem, guys. That's it. And I know I am the problem because I put this thing together. So, I'll deal with me later. Deal with me later. I'm going to turn up the tension just a little bit here and see what happens. You have to experiment, guys. if we don't, if we experiment a little bit each time, you may get to use that later on for your next next adventure, so to speak. I'm going to break this pick and I'm going to be pissed right off, so I'm going to switch to a broken pick here, see if I can get underneath this and set pin number 2. And I think I just got my first movement. Wow. That's unprecedented. So first movement on the core. So we're going to carry on here. That was pin number 1. Okay, I have to be very careful now with my tension. I'm going to look for that binder. I think it's 5. I think it's 5. I don't want to break this pick. Okay, I've got to make a very wise decision here now on what I'm going to use, because I may not get a second chance at this. I really need to keep my tension hand really far down the bottom there. I think I'm going to get best control that way, and that's not the one. So let's move away from that. Let's see if I can get this guy in there. I feel like I'm there. Man, if it's pin 1 hiding behind that tensioner, it's going to be fun. Okay, let's just relax a little bit here. Something going on here. Okay, let's go back to the guy who got me the full set. Oh boy. Yes! Whew. Pin number 3, guys. Yes! Yeah, that was tough work all day. That's why I do it. I'm happy I got that one. Pin 3, busted tensioner. Variety of picks. But at the end of the day, we got it done. I'm gonna gut it for you, show you what I put in it, show you the key and everything else that went along with the process. Just gonna get that out of the way. We'll keep the lock there. Get going. Tell you, man, it's just a great feeling once you get that open. I don't pay attention to the clock. I don't know where I'm at, and I don't care really. I care that I've got the open, and I would tell the newer pickers as well that that should be your focus. I mean, this is a hobby, a sport we're playing right now. I don't know how, I'd have to look back. I don't know how long it took me to get the stock version open. And I think the stock version was only 5-pin. This is 6-pin, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I will put the number of the video that we're revisiting here. We'll get that key now. Just turn that cylinder a little bit. Okay, you turn the cylinder, you slip your shim in there. I like to use a shim. It's not guaranteed you're going to avert a disaster, but okay, so we've got a 6-pinner here. Yeah, this is the one that came from Funkey. And okay, you can see there everything had to be picked. There was some modifications done to the plug, and just see if I can get these out. Just want to make sure that I'm still on camera here. Okay, so pin 1. Okay, we're still dealing with standard pins there. 2, 3, 4. If you guys remember, I did not have I think I had a key for this one. I've got to definitely gonna have to look back. Let's see if we can get that's 5 and that's 6. Okay, so we've got our 6 standard pins. I don't know how much the boring out here, the widening of those chambers had effect on that. So let's have a look. Okay, I went with an ASA spool in position 1. God, I can't get anything out today. Everything is giving me a problem. Okay, I went with a very tightly wound heavy duty copper spring for position 1. Nice spool. Again, having trouble getting the springs out. That's the spring there. Okay, different spring. Went with a sharp Lockwood spool there. Okay, this is the reason for a little bit of lack of communication for this lock in position 3. We have a tapered pin that are just plain nasty. They don't give you much as far as feedback is concerned. Okay, I went with a different variant of spool with a very sharp edge on the bottom. And you'll see that the spool has two different two different ends on it. And I did get the set and the open on pin number 3, which was that pin number 3, which was the tapered pin, and I had some torqued tension on that. And there is another spool with another spring. So I did go with 6 different springs spread out. The springs in position 6 and in position 3 are the same types of springs, steel springs. Nothing done here. So let's go over that, guys. I'll show you. Appreciate you guys standing by on this one. It was a tough pick. That's what I got for you. So you'll see that very sharp commercial serrated in position 4. You've got 2 Lockwood spools, an ASA spool, and Lockwood spool, and Lockwood tapered pin, which came in the original. So I threw that in, and the varying spring tension really made it a treat. But I think the treat was really the key, and why there was so many issues. I finished with pin 3 that got me the open. Once I got that movement from setting the high number 6, but there's the gatekeeper there that caused me nothing but grief as well. And you could even say 2 as well, and then another one in 4. It was just a beautiful, that's the quintessential key, guys. If you want to put a lock together, that looks pretty good. That's restricted Keyway LS. I believe it came from, I might have purchased this one. I don't know. I'm going to have to look. But I know that the keys came to me from Funky Monkey. And patience, practice, perseverance, guys. I appreciate your support on this one and all the videos, or else I wouldn't be doing it. This is a revisit, and I'll put it in the title as far as which video it was for the LS Lockwood. Patience, practice, perseverance. Again, guys, stay well. We'll see you the next one.